In a time before time, a piece of the timeline was cut, and the ends woven together. That piece still exists in its own smaller knot. It is a part of time apart from time that can slide along the timeline, making it a time machine. Those who board the time ship create their own time, weaving a new reality, changing the past. And one can write realities, both dark and bright, into existence. After stealing the time ship from the previous owners and writing them out of existence, the fools have traveled back to 1692, where they hope to find details on a secret concordant, a treaty made between three groups of mages that have bound the history of Boston since that time. Parallax, forced to awaken to a possible left-hand path, had traveled down a long and murderous road, but with his friend's help, he has regained his wisdom. Hannah, who can't remember their past, and now find themselves having written their own family out of existence. Mona, reality architect, and faithful to the God Machine. Ethyl Stubbs, the last descendant of the Ward line, and linchpin of reality, though she doesn't yet know it. Together with a stranger, Rex, and Parallax's newly married wife, Elora, these fools have traveled into adventure. They are running out of time. Stepping through an archway of trees, roots, and the spirit world itself, you have emerged into the Dawnlands. Inside this extra planar space, there is a spirit world overlaid across the river. And here many spirits congregate, some of them making deals with each other. And some of those deals involve currency. Currency cannot be allowed. And so when Hannah spotted a fox with coin, the party chased that fox spirit down, and now they hold it prisoner on the banks of the river, slightly separated from the other spirit.
So Hannah's wet from the river and just holding on to this fox by the by the shoulders. Foxes aren't very big, so just kind of holding up this fox. I'm looking at it and probably looks scared. They probably look scared. Angry.
It's an interesting question because it's a spirit fox. It does probably have emotions, but you'd have to roll an empathy check to understand them.
I want to do that because I don't know whether or not to intimidate or persuade.
Okay.
Can I roll empathy and then also learn more about the spirit?
Yeah, you can also roll your spirit sight. Absolutely. As Hannah stares down this fox, what are the rest of you doing?
All right. I'm going to start making my way over slowly, like at a brisk walk, I guess. And because I am definitely concerned that Hannah is going to disrupt the natural order of things by upsetting this spirit animal. but we'll find out. I'm not a spirit expert. It's not my jam. So I'm going to confer to the other members of this party who actually know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, as spirit specialist. I got 2 on empathy and 2 on spirit sight.
With 2 on empathy, you can tell that there is a nervousness to the fox, but it's not terrified. And with 2 on spirit sight, you can ask a few questions if you would like about this fox.
Yeah, I want to know what their I always forget what it's called. Focus is. What are they the spirit of?
This is a spirit of trickery that you have here.
Not cool. And can I ask what their influence is? That's what they can do to the people who might be holding them.
Yes, you believe that this fox can create illusions, but you also think that the fox has the ability to influence minds.
Maybe make people more gullible. Is that my last question?
Yep.
Hannah says, you're a tricky person to get in touch with. I'll ask you a couple questions in exchange for a couple questions for me.
And what about my freedom, says the fox very quickly.
That's one question. You'll let me let go at the end. And for my question, where did you get gold?
I get gold where we all get gold. Down in town. And now my question to you. Why are you holding me like this?
Because you ran away. And I just want to talk to you, and it's very important. You are a very important person to get in touch with, and this seems to be the best way to have a conversation face to face. Why are you exchanging gold?
To get things. To help people. To move objects through the world.
And do you think that's a good thing?
Well, yes. If the hunter didn't have others who would provide them with berries, then meals would get very bland.
Oh, what value does the gold add? The berries add to the meal. You exchange work for outcome. But gold has no value on its own. It's just pretty.
Is not beauty valuable in and of itself? And at this point, the rest of the party has kind of like sidled up closer and closer to the point where they can now hear the conversation.
And you're putting value to this beauty equal to berries and work, and not something that would be more useful to someone else?
Well, we put value where there is value for others. We don't make value. Others find things valuable. Before, we would have traded in shells, but now there's gold. And gold is worth much more than shells.
Mm-hmm.
Will you put me down now?
All right, one last question. Where can I find towns so that I may look into where this gold is coming from?
Why, I could take you to one of those towns. All you'd have to do is put me down.
You can have him promise that, Mona says.
So, yeah, promise you will take me to the town with gold if I put you down.
Of course I'll take you there.
Mona wants to, do a fate spell to secure that promise.
So in order to seal a deal like that between 2 other people, I believe you need Fate 3.
Okay, yeah, I have fate 2.
Someone's got to have Fate 3, though.
I do. I secure that promise.
I was
But
gonna say,
hold to it.
Or what does it look like as Parallax steps forward to seal that promise?
I'm going to try to make it as discreet as physically possible. So I guess the fox might figure it out, but I'm like doing very simple swirl with like my fingers and my right hand, but it's like sort of behind me, so out of line of sight. And then like I say a few words in high speech, and yeah.
All right. So you, as the fox is doing this, can bestow a boon, and you can also bestow a curse if they are to break this oath. If you want to make it last for longer, you are going to have to overreach. So do you want to make it last for, say, a day? A week?
I think a few hours should be fine. So try not to overreach on this
I'm
one.
going to overreach.
All right,
Unless
then
you
if
have
I'm
Fate
gonna,
4.
nah, then might as well go for the day then, and then
All right.
yeah.
With instant cast, advanced duration to 1 day, you're going to roll with a -2 penalty, and there is going to be paradox. So you'll probably want to use a yantra, like your time watch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Boost the speed.
All right, yeah, I use a little pocket watch and use high speech to try to mitigate this. What's the fox's name? Or is it just the fox? Okay.
What does the fox say?
So I say the fox will bring us to a town of gold, or shall be deprived of gold. Something along those lines.
I can work with that.
All right. And yeah, let's do. Actually, let me make sure I'm rolling the right dice here. Yeah. One success.
You feel the paradox rising out of the world as the fox wiggles inside the oath. Oh my god. I have rolled a chance die twice and gotten 2 10s using our Discord online roller, no less. Okay, that's 2 successes on this paradox. Would you like to absorb the paradox or release it?
I will absorb it.
All right, roll dice equal to your wisdom.
I got a bunch of wisdom now.
Yay.
Yeah. Give me a second. I need another D10. There you go. Oh, geez. On a bunch of zeros. So I got 4 successes on that.
That's actually great because you got over the 2. You contain the paradox and take 2 points of bashing damage.
Okay. Oof.
For a moment, you see the stars coalesce into chains around the fox. And then, Hannah, do you want to release a fox?
Yes, while saying, I feel like I've made a mistake. Put the fox down.
Fox immediately sprints to the tree line.
Wait, not so fast.
Can I turn all of us into foxes?
You certainly could. All right, so I think that you could do it for yourself fairly easily. If you're trying to do it for everybody with any amount of duration, it is going to be overreach.
I can also use my forces spell to make us go faster by like increasing or decreasing gravity for us and increasing it for the fox, or decreasing friction for the fox so he slips.
Do you do that?
Yeah, I'm also realizing that if I turn people to foxes, they're not necessarily going to have human minds still, and they will have fox minds. And may just run off in any direction. I've learned my lesson. I'm the only one who can retain my mind, I think. Yeah, can I give everyone Supreme Hone their I think it's dexterity for running, right? Sprinting.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Make everyone more dexterous, great at running, and then Mona. Mona, I'll make us faster. You make the world slower.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll.
All right. So first, let's resolve the faster spell. It's a -4 penalty for the number of subjects. How long do you want it to last?
Like half an hour. I think we can keep up with the fox.
Okay. So it's just a -4 penalty.
So I still have my knife on me. I took that with me. So I'm going to draw a fox in the air, like around us, like at everybody, and say, like the Fox and the Hound in High Speech.
Right.
I never saw that movie. That's about hounds. That's not about hounds chasing foxes. Okay, so that's still -2.
It is still -2.
Okay.
So Fox and Hound are best friends in the movie.
Well, we'll be friends at the end. Oh, and Supreme Honing is also one of my rotes. This is fine.
So
it's,
remember that you can only add 1 yantra per round. So if you cast it with 3 yantras, it is going to take you 3 rounds.
okay, so then I'll just use 1. A high speech. So it's still -3, but that's still 10 dice with -3.
All right, roll those 10 dice.
5 successes.
Wow.
Good.
I think that boosts everyone up to 5 dexterity. You all become the peak of human nimbleness.
So everyone is dexterity 5. So I made us faster. Now Mona makes the world a little bit slower. Or I guess friction better for us. I don't know what you decided.
I think I will use forces to change friction under the fox's paws so that he doesn't go as fast because he's kind of slipping and sliding on things.
As you go to cast this spell, you do see that the fox splits into multiple foxes.
How will I know which one to cast it on?
You could try to cast it on all of them, or you could try to cast it on an area.
I'll try to cast it on all of them.
Okay. How long do you want it to last?
I'll have it last the same amount as
So an
Hannah's
hour.
spell. Yeah.
All right. Roll your forces plus gnosis.
Woo! Four successes.
You manage to make all the foxes seem to be slipping and sliding. They are not able to make effective progress, and they turn back and look at you, concerned.
I yell, we just don't want to lose you. Wait for us. We're slow.
And then we run.
Yeah.
Also, why are there 100 of you now?
There's only 7.
Why?
Well, I don't ask why you have so many mouths.
It's just 1 though. Okay.
All right, hold up, and then we just catch up to them.
Yeah, you've caught up to this this box.
Nice. You promised to lead us, and lead us you will. And we're gonna. Part of leading is making sure that the people you're leading are being successfully led.
Of course, you have to follow me though. So I have to be able to move. My poor paws.
Can I release maybe half of the gravity difference to make him move a little better?
We could just carry them and have them tell us where to go.
You said you'd put me down.
Yeah, it's in exchange for their freedom.
Yeah, but you did put them down.
What's we just think that if you can run again, you're gonna lose us. And there's 7 of you, so we won't know which one to follow. That's our concern.
6 of them run off. You can follow me, says the one that's been talking to you.
I guess we each follow one, and hopefully there's one left over that's 2 left over that's not real ones. Can I tell what spirit side, or do they all look like?
They all look like real spirits, in fact.
Dispel magic.
You don't think this is magic?
Yeah, it's just spirity stuff.
The spirit is now multiple spirits.
Can I tell which one I cast that fate spell on? Or does it seem like it's all of them? All right, so it's the same thing.
I guess we have to follow one of them because they're all sworn to show us.
And the other thing is that, Parallax, you think that with that fate spell cast on them, you do have some sympathetic connection to all of them, should you want to portal to any of them.
Excellent. All right, well, I guess we got the one. And so how far is this city or town that you're talking about?
Oh, we can get there if we run. But we should probably go back through one of the trees.
What do you mean, trees?
You know, we'll move faster in the other world where there aren't the things that hunt us.
Oh, no, you won't be hunted if you're here. So, yeah.
Okay.
You hunted here and not in the other world, or you hunted there and not here?
Oh, we are hunted everywhere. That is one of the best things about our life. But we are particularly hunted here, as will you be.
By who? What? By whom? What or what?
Well, who or what?
Who or what? What?
You know, the things that hunt.
Yeah, who or what?
Yes.
Is it a humanoid by chance?
You mean like you? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh.
Not usually, at least.
Spirits of hunting. Of course there are spirits of hunting. Okay, well.
So the alternative is go to the Fae, and
We'll all
Hope for the
definitely be
best.
hunted there.
so I say we stay in this realm and deal with the hunting spirits, or whatever, if they show up.
Okay. The fox
All
pitter-patters away.
right. So we follow.
Yeah.
Run. Scamper. Are we successfully following them?
You are, in fact, successfully following the fox. And the fox is moving through the trees in the spirit world. There are spirit birds above. And the spirit sun is high.
Can I take a look at ley lines?
There aren't really ley lines here, in fact. The spirit world seems to have some sort of energy that's woven through it. Roll me a prime gnosis check, though.
5.
You can tell that while there aren't direct ley lines flowing through this realm, there is the imprint of those ley lines. After about 20 minutes of walking, you can already tell that there will be a ley line over there in the material world. and there's a swell in spirit activity towards it, as if it's a watering hole for spiritual energy. It means that the ley lines, instead of being clear lines, are more wells in this world of power.
Are we going towards it or past it?
Almost along it.
Can I ask another question?
You have been walking for some time. The fox is trying to stay just out of view.
Hey, Fox, I have another question. Tour guide. Can I catch up?
Yeah, you run up to the fox.
How long have you been using gold?
You put me down. I don't have to answer any more of your questions. You put me in chains. You hurt my poor paws. Look at this. He does a little run in place.
Take it away.
What if I trade you?
It bounds excitedly as you take away the spell. Running
Oh
around.
no, not now. Not now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think we could still keep up if the fox is frictioned down?
So far, it hasn't tried to lose you, but that might just be because it has the penalty from the friction.
Yeah.
And even with the friction, the fox is able to just stay like barely right out of our sights.
True. I really want to know how long, because if it's like new or if it corresponded to something else.
Fox, do you know secrets?
Fox's ears twitch at that. They look around, up and down, nervously, shifty-eyed, and says, "The ones that hunt are here. Hide."
I'm gonna hide where Fox hides.
Where does Fox hide?
Fox runs towards the thicket nearby into the dense brush and dives down into a little hole that they had to have known was there already.
I can't fit into that hole. So I'm gonna climb I'm good at climbing trees. I'm gonna climb the tree near the thicket.
You
Just
roll.
But in a way that's like, I'm gonna get up into the tree and kind of prepare myself like there are hunters, but I am also a hunter.
Dex athletics, of course. But
I turn invisible.
Dex athletics, am I still dexterity 5?
yep. And you can also roll a forces gnosis check, Mona, adding a yantra if you would like. Parallax.
Can I actually use telekinesis to close the tunnel so the fox can't get too far?
Ooh.
Because I'm sure there's an exit hole.
Yeah, you're gonna crush in the tunnel for your action. Done. Roll forces plus gnosis, add a yantra. This is instead of turning invisible.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of meander my way to like, I don't know, the broad side of a tree and sort of kind of hide. I'm very curious as to what these things are and if I should even be concerned. So I'm just gonna sort of half cover, I guess.
So with your amazing dexterity score, you will actually roll your 5 dexterity dice plus your stealth bonus on this roll as you nimbly move to the perfect hiding spot.
What is there to hide with or around?
You're in a forest, so there's some general shrubberies and trees. There's no man-made structures here, some rocks maybe.
And what are we hiding from?
That's a good question. That which hunts.
Can I just step into death? Like make a death gate?
In this realm, you can't open a portal to the necro world, but you try to do it here and it just doesn't work. You can feel that this place is not adjacent to the realm of death.
Okay, then I will just physically hide the best I can.
You could, if you wanted to, move shadows on top of you with a death spell.
Sure.
That'd be Death Gnosis, and the number of successes would be a bonus to your dexterity stealth check. Mona, you collapse the tunnel.
Yeah, I got a success.
Hannah, you climb the tree real good.
Yeah, I got 2 for success.
As you leap up into the tree, you do see that there is something moving a distance away. It's not easy to see, but you can kind of sense it with your spirit senses. It moves with purpose and speed in a direction that is not towards you at the moment. Parallax, that stealth check.
1 success.
You see something in the woods at some distance. It looks almost like a wolf or a boar. Its hairy body, black and brown. And it stops for a moment. And it clearly sniffs the air. You can't see its face, but you can tell that it's stopped and that it's raised its head. Mona, you're standing out in the open.
Do I see the boar?
No. But you've got a feeling that everyone else is hiding.
Mona is gonna crouch by the foxhole behind the shrubbery.
Rolling a dex stealth check. Hannah, in the tree, you can see that it's turned and is moving towards your direction.
Two successes.
With 2 successes, you've laid down pretty low. You're not sure if it can see you. You're not sure what it is, but you can tell that there's something moving towards you.
Oh, so I see something coming.
You don't
now?
see it yet, but you can tell that there's something. There's a slight sound that you hear.
Can I use my forces spell to move the wind to shift our smells away
Oh my
from
gosh,
it?
you can. Yeah, use forces plus gnosis.
Five successes.
To bend the wind, there's a shift, and then you hear it bounding away from you quickly.
Nice.
I stick my head in the hole and say, "You can come out now."
The fox is behind you.
How'd you do that?
How'd I do what?
Never mind.
I didn't ask you how you were able to sit down on the ground, did I?
No, I'm learning that I can't ask you questions unless you ask me questions.
You made a deal after you grabbed me. It made my paws so slippery.
All right, we shall continue the deal.
And you're continuing through the spirit world. As you go along, Hannah, you can tell that you have actually left that area that was kind of like a mix between the mortal realm and the spirit realm, and you're verging on, this is almost the primal wilds. This is what you would call a verge. Your magic may be stronger and more unpredictable here, as you are pretty much in the spirit world at this point.
I say. So guys, we're real close to the capital S spirit world, and it's going to get kind of wild, a little more unpredictable, and there's like stronger spirits there. It's not just humans and spirits. This is the spirits. It's their world. So if there's a way, it just might be a little dangerous, but I don't know if it's any more dangerous than going through the mundane world.
I'm gonna move around invisible.
Can I put a spirit shield on everyone?
Yeah. Your spirit is spirit 4, right?
Yeah.
Cool. They'll be protected from spirits, you think? Is anyone else casting any spells to prepare for as you feel like you're rounding the end of this journey? It's been several hours of walking.
Our dexterity is now normal. We got a shield. It's gonna be fine.
Oh, that means Fox's paws are better too.
Can you stack shields? Is that a thing?
I think that really you're not supposed to be able to do this. This is more like a Mage 1E thing, but I'm going to go with yes, you can. But
I'll do a fate shield on myself then.
Okay. So yes, you are warded against spirits, and you are protecting your fate. You are fated to not be in trouble, Parallax.
Yes, that's what I like to hear.
Can I put a prime shield on everyone?
Yes, you can. That'll protect people from magical spells in the spirit world, where the fox is headed, where the fox is bringing you. You can see there is a stark difference between the trees and suddenly a church. It's a massive church. It stands taller than you could imagine it to, maybe 60 feet in the air, with tall golden spires that reach up to end in crosses. You can't see much more from this distance, but you could approach it and see the surrounding area.
Am I close enough to see if it places and objects are also spirits in the spirit world? So if it is a spirit of something, like what it is?
You think that it is, in fact, a spirit or something.
But I'm not close enough to.
You can see it. You can cast Spirit Sight.
Yeah.
Are we still following that ley line?
The ley line itself is going not towards the church, but sort of to the left of it. Significantly to the left, you would say. Does not go directly past.
I got one success.
What would you like to know about the Spirit Church?
What is this a spirit of?
As you look at it, you can tell that it is a spirit of true faith in Christ our Lord. And it's more than that. That church is not just a spirit. It's a bolstered spirit, surging with awakened magic.
What?
It's a bolstered spirit surging with awakened magic. It has been formed to be a spirit of true faith.
Wait, so are you saying this was created by mages? Or it was a spirit and then it was shaped by mages?
Probably the second one.
And have I encountered anything like this before?
You can shape spirits. The last
Yeah.
spirit that was shaped was the Wolfmobile. way back in season 1.
Oh, the car.
Yeah, the car.
Yeah, I forgot. So that mega church that started as, you know, a spirit of Christian faith, but that is now a mega church because of mages.
Parallax, you've got a lot of history knowledge, and your intelligence academics tells you that there is not nearly a church of that size in this area at this time. Like, their churches would have been small wooden buildings.
Yeah, it makes sense. So it begs the question about what is this thing doing here?
Can you like tell what style it is? Like, is it a certain style of church, or
Yes,
is it
it's
just
not
like,
like a
this is a
simple-
fantastical because it's big?
Yeah, is it like a big old Gothic church from like, you know, yeah, something like that?
Roll me. You think you want to get closer to it to really be able to check it out, but you could roll intelligence academics.
Three successes.
The way that the roof is built, you can tell that it isn't. It is Gothic in a way, but it isn't like Central European Gothic. You, as you get closer, would place it as more of an English church.
Of course.
There's a big old stained glass window across the front, showing a saint who is reflecting back into a pool filled with lilies.
Don't recognize that saint, do I?
Roll me another intelligence academics check.
Nope. I haven't a clue. No successes.
Yeah, you're not sure. Their gender is even a little bit ambivalent. Like, you just can't tell from this stained glass.
Can I use Prime, I think?
Mhm.
I was looking at my interconnections. Is there a way, you said that mages bolstered it? Can I somehow see like the kind of magic used to bolster it to try to like figure out who did that?
You can look for their aura. Yeah. Even here in the spirit realm, you can roll a prime plus gnosis check. You won't know who did it necessarily, but you will be able to see the essence of the thing.
4 successes.
With 4 successes, you can see the aura of the person who built the church. A godly music swells around you, rich organs, and then the church begins to bleed, the blood running down the stained glass windows as the reds leave, and then all that's left are the whites and the greens. The blood rushes towards you, and you can feel the power and the conviction inside the blood. You're pretty sure this is an Obermos of some kind.
Okay, I'm gonna relay those 2 auras to everyone. Caity, add it to our aura list.
Yeah, Obramos, flood of blood. Organ music, not flood of blood with organs. Cool.
Can I
No.
tell how strong they are?
strong in spirit magic, you would say. Whoever cast this spell is fairly strong in spirit magic, yeah. And not a weak mage, or you wouldn't have felt so much force there. You're not, like, you can't pinpoint it, but you can tell that they're fairly strong, I would say.
Yeah, they didn't shape it. Bolster? Do I have that spell?
They very well might have shaped it as well. Shaping spirit sounds like exactly what this is.
Yeah, bolster spirit is 3, shaping is 4.
Yeah, they did both of those things.
Yeah. A worthy opponent. Yeah, it's deeply uncomfortable. So the fox is still leading us there?
The fox has stopped and says, "You'd probably be wise to go through the trees here. You won't be able to meet the people who gave us the gold if you stay over on this side."
Are there any spirits living in that church?
So many spirits live there.
Like whom?
Oh, they usually chase me off before I get inside.
Oh, why would that be? It looks so welcoming and inclusive.
They believe that only humans should be allowed to go in certain places.
So the spirits in there are humans.
They like to pretend that they're humans. Most of them.
Interesting. That's interesting. And unfortunate. Being a spirit sounds pretty fun.
It is at this point that you all sense another spirit has approached you. It's Bright Eyes.
Yay. Bright Eyes.
Bright Eyes.
Bright Eyes. Trixie Fox, Bright Eyes. You probably know each other.
They share a look.
What's up, Bright Eyes?
I have been come to make sure that you did not fall victim to any of the horrors that are in this world. We were concerned when found you gone.
Horrors like this behemoth? Gesturing to the church.
Yes.
We're investigating what's going on. What do you know about this place? When did it become like this?
I have not come here for many years, but it was not always like this. Perhaps it has been several cycles. 7, 10.
And I'm assuming that's when gold appeared as your favorite form of trade and currency.
Yes, it did happen at similar times.
Do you want to go into the church or the real world and figure out what's next?
Are you asking Bright Eyes?
I'm asking the team.
I say we should. Let's do it.
Into the church, storm the church.
Yeah, we can go in there. We're humans.
But we're heathens.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be on my best behavior.
The fox moves to a tree, and the tree opens. It has a doorway, which you could step through.
You mean to go into our world?
Yes. Is there any message that I should bring back? Asks Bright Eyes.
We're investigating some root causes of this problem. The gold and the church, and what might be driving the conflict on both sides. Stay cool. Don't ever change.
Never. Bright Eyes does a little prance and prances off.
My goodness. I am like so nervous with any scene with bright eyes in it after what you said at my birthday. With Katie's stickers.
I wish I had them to show and share. Yeah, it's perfectly illustrated bright eyes, except with a skull instead. I like bright eyes. If we don't go through the tree portal, can we get out of the spirit world here just through me?
I think that you could. It would not be as easy because essentially you'd have to pass through the gauntlet strength at this location, which is fairly strong. It
Directly
allows
across the gauntlet.
gauntlet. Yeah. So you could materialize bright eyes if you wanted to. You could materialize yourselves. You could do it one at a time. You'd probably have to do it one at a time.
Yeah. All right, how badly do we want to go investigate this mega church?
I mean, we only just wanted to know the source of where that gold was coming from, and we have the answer.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a really big influence in our world. And it's going to be a feedback loop. The more the people on the other side believe in their Lord and Savior at the expense of respect and love for anybody else, the stronger the spirit will be. And the stronger it is, the more influence it has on the people there. But someone or someone's are like magically intervening to make this stronger. And that is a problem. That is the spirits change organically and naturally. But this is not that. I think we should figure out who's doing that. That's question number 4.
Can I undo that with my supernal dispellation?
You don't think so. So it's not a spell that's being actively cast. It's a spell that has been cast. The spirit has been made in this way. That doesn't mean that you couldn't mess it up because you have Hannah here. Hannah could try to mess with this spirit.
Yes, I could.
With your lightsaber.
That's not what I was thinking, but maybe.
Yeah, the lightsaber, it cuts through all levels of Twilight. That might be helpful.
It could. I don't know. So my concern is that I just don't know enough about how spirits would work. But if I destroy this church, it might be like, oh, and now this church spirit also has a great strength in martyrdom. And that would be horrible to bring into the world.
Can I analyze this enchanted item?
It's not an enchanted item. It's a spirit. It lives and breathes in the spirit world.
Yeah, and I can change a spirit, like change it in the same way that the previous mages did, which I don't love because things are supposed to move organically and naturally, but it's already changed. Like we could make it, I can make it more welcoming towards spirits. And then maybe the community would be more open to the spirits of the world and those and whatever comes with that. But I don't know what those consequences would be. That's the problem. When you change spirits, there are real consequences in the world. They interact with everything else in the other spirits, and it might go horribly. I think we do need to change spirits, but I think that we need to understand some of those consequences. But also maybe I can make it a little bit more inclusive and welcoming. That might be okay.
What are you going to do?
You want to change Christianity? More inclusive and welcoming.
there like a barrier stopping from non-humanoid spirits going through?
It sounded like the spirits just kind of prevent other people from going, or prevent other spirits from going inside.
You're also not terribly close to this church, I would also note.
Now we can get closer and see what it's about, and then like we can even do something like change its bane so that its bane is like inequality or violence. So then when there's violence around, or an example of inequality, it gets weaker. And like, so a faith would weaken if it's being used for horrible things, hopefully. I don't know, I have to think about it. But we should probably, if we want to look at it and do stuff, we should get closer. Or we can go into the real world and see what it's actually doing on the other side.
Ethyl doesn't like the spirit world. We prefer not to be in it. But
I guess we could always come back to this church space. Can I like know where we are and then cross the gauntlet into the spot? Is that how it works? All right. Do you want to? I don't know. I don't like making team leader decisions. It feels so hierarchical. We're a team. But
Yeah, I mean, I feel like since we're here already, we might as well check it out.
I
in the spirit
concur.
world.
okay.
Oh man, you know who else is here? It's Alora. And Alora totally concurs that you should leave this place. I have forgotten about her until this point. She's been along for this whole crazy hiding from spirits ride.
Oh.
Oh man. Whew.
We didn't leave on the ship, so we just left Rex on the ship.
Just left Rex on the ship.
Oh, and the tattooed face guy who's currently a
Toad.
toad.
Dog.
Yeah. Okay. Laura, if you're around for one more trip, at least it's a really pretty building. All right. Explore the church. Oh, can we like tie a thing to the tree so we can get back to this one? Or like, can you teleport in the spirit world?
Parallax has not tried to teleport in the spirit world.
I could try. A little afraid to do it though. To be totally honest.
That's fair. Space and time are a little wibbly wobbly here.
All right. I'm gonna just Leroy Jenkins it. I'm just gonna start heading toward the church.
Oh, so you're not going back to the mortal realm. You're going directly towards the church.
Oh yeah, yeah. I wasn't planning on going to the mortal realm. Period. Yeah.
Well, what if I know since Ethyl and Alora don't want to stay, what if they just like hung out by the tree?
Alone in the spirit world.
Yeah, you're right. It's a bad idea.
I think we should split the party between realms, actually.
I don't know if that's a good idea either. We don't know what's on the other side, and also they hang witches. All right, to the church.
Yeah.
Maybe
Is it
I'll
okay
make.
if we just do one stop before leaving, Alora and Ethyl?
You mean to the giant imposing church? I mean, I've been fine so far.
sure.
Yeah, if hiding from a hunting spirit didn't freak you out, then a church, well, it still might freak you out. But this is at least pretty. Can I leave I have a copper penny. Can I leave a penny in front of the tree? I can look for it later.
Yes, you can. So you leave a coin here at the tree and you're heading towards the church. In the spirit world, you see that there are spirits outside that are milling around. There's animal spirits, spirits of hard work that have taken on people forms. In fact, many of the spirits here have the forms of people, white people. They're going about doing daily chores, but it's not just spirits of work. There's spirits of plague, and superstition. You're looking around and you can see that there's all of these sort of dark spirits haunting buildings around this town. And there are buildings, many buildings. It is a town that surrounds this church. The church itself has high walls, impossibly large doors directly underneath the stained glass of the Woman of the Lily. Around the entrance, there appear to be a few spirits gathered. Not quite a crowd, but a small throng.
I'm really glad that we have spirit shields up to prevent us from being influenced by all these malicious dark side of this religion. Yeah, I want to go up to the group of people.
Yeah, they turn and they look at you. You see that some of them are carving. And they seem to be carving crucifixes.
I don't love that. Maybe it's arts and crafts. That's fine. What you working on?
Who are you? State your business, states one of the spirits.
We're Hannah's like racking her brain for good Samaritans.
Yeah, we sell muffins.
Neighbors that you must treat kindly because of the good word.
Fox Spirit pipes up and says, "Oh, don't worry. They're all with me. We're just going to market." Good, good. They continue whittling with menace.
What were they a spirit of?
Do you want to use Spirit Sight on this one? Yeah.
Can I do, yeah. Or just I do like a general, like who's one, two, three. Like, are there other notable figures in that group carving?
The group is, for the most part, carving, but some of them are cleaning rifles. And as you look across, you see that they are one spirit in several bodies.
Okay. Yeah, so what is the spirit's? I got 3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the spirit's name? Or I guess, what is it a spirit of? I guess is the same thing.
You think at its root, this is a spirit of sorrow, but it's kind of like a angry, shameful sorrow. It's bitter. This is bitter sorrow.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only type of spirit in this group?
These spirits are bitter sorrow, but you are right next to the church. And you can tell that the church is kind of like anchored with them. Do you want to ask any other questions with those 3 successes?
What is its bane?
Being confronted by their sins.
And what are its influences?
It has an influence over physical force. You believe that they could amplify or maybe even create physical force.
Weird. Okay. I have to refresh myself on what the 7 sins are.
As you are standing there at the gate, the massive doors swing open and out walks a heavenly army with a man and a woman at the rear, dressed in saintly garb. It's at this point that we're going to pause. Everybody gets an arcane beat, and everyone gets, actually they get 2 arcane beats because you've been doing things, resolving crises here in the spirit world. Has anyone met any of their aspirations or obsessions?
Am I any closer to befriending the old spirit of Salem?
No.
My obsession is find out how things work. Can I
then-
earn it for learning a little more about the spirit world? Fox
Yeah,
spirit?
with that ley lines thing, yeah, I'd say yes. All right, and with that, let's call it for the evening. We'll see you next time when we do more games.